Hi everybody, thank you and welcome to Yoga with Lisa. Today I am doing a rough draft for a final exam, so bear with me. I do have some notes and I might refer to them from time to time, and we're going to get through it together. So I want to start by talking about the breathing and how we will breathe during practice. And this is really how you should breathe while you practice Ashtanga yoga, or really most yoga practices that are hatha or asana based, because it's very important to connect your breath to the movement in your body. That's when the magic happens, when the purification happens. The breathing that you do during yoga is going to be in through the nose, out through the nose, and it's going to match the pace coming in as it matches going out. And you are going to feel a little bit of a vibration in the back of your throat when you exhale. So sometimes putting the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth will create that vibration, and you are creating an internal heat when you do this. The dirt and all the things we breathe in the air, the dust and toxins that get stuck in our nose are in there, and when we breathe internally through the nose and externally, I'll show you in just a second, you're creating a kind of like a humidifier mist, and that lets those dust and dirt particles seep into the sweat and bloodstream that's going to come out when you sweat. So that is one reason that the breathing is so important. Another reason is that it helps you focus and let you release your mind, and you're not thinking about your day or the things you have to do when you're done or the things you did before. You're really connecting your mind to your body and allowing yourself to have that moment where you're not worrying about things or planning things. You're just freeing your mind, and there is no internal dialogue while you're doing that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, and out through the nose. And I can hear in my own ears the sound of my breath. The people around you might be able to hear it if you're doing it correctly as well. So one more time, in through the nose, and out through the nose. You may have heard this referred to as ujjayi breath, but it's really just breathing without sound internally through the nose and externally through the nose. One more time, in. If you put your hand in front of your nose, you can almost feel that warm breath coming out. So we're creating our own internal heat when we're doing that. And if you're someone who likes hot yoga, you may be surprised at how hot you can really create your own yoga doing that breath when you focus on it throughout your practice. So let's do that today. We're going to now come up on our feet to the tops of our mat. And with Ashtanga, this is short form, but I do like to honor the practice by starting with the opening mantra. And if you know it, you can join along with me. You can stay at the top of your mat. I'm going to face the camera for now, and I am going to read it because I have not memorized it perfectly yet. So if you are welcome to join me in practice with me in person, I might do a call and response, or I might just start the practice with this mantra because it gives thanks to Patanjali and those before us who created yoga to help us reach that path of enlightenment. So hands at prayer center, fingers together, eyes are closed. We begin with an Om. Vande Gururam Yogaeverydamnday, Samnalashita Svatma Sukhavabode, Mishra Se Jagali Kayamanane, Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantiye, Abahu Kuru Sakaram, Shanka Kashi Darinam, Sahasara Siddhisham Svetam Pranamami Patanjali. We're going to begin our practice again at the top of our mats. We're in Namaste, which is resting posture at the front of your mat. Your big toes are together, heels just slightly apart, gaze is forward, arms are resting at your side. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. I will be directing you where to focus your drishti, which is your gaze or your focal point. I will be directing you on your breathing, and I will be directing you on the movements as we go through the asanas. So we will start with inhaling as we bring our arms up, gazes up towards the thumbs, palms together. Exhaling, folding forward, palms on either side of your feet, and that's your goal. Tucking your head, kissing your knees as you exhale. Inhaling, flat back, gazes forward. Exhaling, stepping back into high plank, lowering down for chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. Breathing in for 2. Gaze is at your navel. Inhaling for 3. Flat back, relax your shoulders, inhaling 4. Arms and legs engaged. Last breath in. Exhaling, engaging your abdomen and your mudra. Looking forward, jumping or stepping your feet forward to meet your hands, gazing forward, flat back. Inhale, exhale, tucking your chin, kissing your knees. Inhaling, arms up, palms together, gazing up. Exhaling, samastitihi. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, folding forward, tucking your chin, kissing your knees. To exhale, inhaling, flat back, gazing forward. Exhaling, palms down, stepping down to plank, lowering into chaturanga. Exhaling, inhaling, up dog, looking up or forward. Exhaling into down dog, holding 5 breaths. Spreading your fingers wide, facing forward. Goal is to put your heels down onto the mat. Inhaling for 3. 4. Inhaling 5. On your next inhale, gaze towards the front of the mat. Jump or step your feet towards your hands. Inhaling, flat back, gaze forward. Exhaling, tucking the chin, kissing your knees. Inhaling, arms up overhead, gazing up. Exhaling, samastitihi at the top of your mat. 1 more, Surya Namaskara A, sun salutation A. I'm sorry, that is what I forgot to tell you. So again, inhaling up, exhaling down, kissing the knees, inhaling forward, flat back, exhaling, stepping back into plank, lowering down for chaturanga, inhaling up dog, exhaling down dog, Surya Namaskara A or Sun Salutation A. 5 breaths here. Inhaling 2. Inhaling 3. Breathing in 4. Engaging your abdomen. 1 last deep breath in through the nose. On your next exhale, gaze forward towards your hands. Jump, step, or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Inhaling, flat back, gaze forward. Exhaling, tucking your chin. Inhaling, arms up overhead, gazes up. Exhaling, Namaste to heat at the top of your mat. Surya Samskara A, we have just done 3. Now we will be doing Surya Samskara B, 2 of these, very similar. Start with your arms at your side, inhaling, arms up, exhaling, folding forward, palms on either side of your feet, tucking your chin, exhaling, inhaling, flat back, gazing forward, exhaling, stepping down into flat plank, lowering down for chaturanga, inhaling up dog, exhaling down dog, just for 1 moment, pivoting and planting the left foot, bringing the right foot up between the palms of your hands, however you need to get there, staying in that lunge with the back leg strong and straight, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, rising up, arms up overhead, exhaling, palms back down either side of your foot, stepping back to plank. If you need to lower down your knees, you can. Lowering down for chaturanga, it's better to do that than to flop. Inhaling, up dog, gaze forward, exhaling, down dog. Again, just for a moment. Other side, plant and pivot the right foot, bringing the left up between the palms of your hands. Exhaling, inhaling, arms up, exhaling, down on either side of that foot, stepping back to plank, lowering down, inhale, exhale, holding here 5 breaths. You are probably feeling the heat about now. I know I am. Breathing in for 2. Breathing in for 3. Spreading those fingers wide. Engaging your arms and your legs in for 4. Gaze is at your navel. 1 more breath in. On your next exhale, jump, stop, step, or hop those feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhaling as you flat back, look forward. Exhaling as you tuck your chin, kiss your knees. And you know what I forgot? We did not start that one correctly at all, so let's redo it. Surya Samskara B. It's very much like Surya Samskara A, except for you start out the seated pose. Arms up. Tuck as you exhale. Inhale, flat back. Stepping back to plank, lowering down chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Planting and pivoting the left foot, bringing the right forward. Exhaling, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, back down. Stepping back to plank, lowering down. Inhaling up. Exhaling back to down dog, pivoting and planting the right foot, bringing the left forward. Lunging, inhaling as you come up. Exhaling back down. Stepping back to plank. Lowering down to chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog, holding here for 5 breaths. And exhaling. 2. Breathing in for 3. Exhaling. Breathing in for 4. And your next exhale, gaze to the top of the mat, bring the feet to back, find the hands, flat back, inhaling forward, exhaling as you tuck your chin, dropping your knees back into seated, arms up, Namaste to heat, exhaling. We'll do it one more time. Starting seated, arms up, gazing forward, inhaling, exhaling, folding forward, kissing the knees. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, stepping back to plank, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog for just a moment. Pivoting and planting and bringing the right foot forward. Exhaling, inhaling, coming up. Exhaling back down, stepping back to plank, lowering down, inhaling up, back to down dog, pivoting and planting the right foot, bringing the left forward, exhaling, inhaling up, are you breathing? Exhaling back down, stepping back to chaturanga, inhale up, back to down dog, and I'm definitely feeling warmed up. 5 breaths here. Spread the fingers wide, gaze at the navel, in for 3. Breathing for 4. In for 5, and your next exhale, looking forward, jumping, walking, stepping the feet forward, inhaling, flat back, tucking and kissing the knees, lowering down, arms up, exhaling, breathing as you come back to Namaste to heat. The next pose we are going to do is called Padangustasana and Padahastasana. So standing tall, gazing forward, stepping slightly, hip distance apart, hands to your hips, leading with your heart center, folding forward. If you are able to grab the big toes with your peace fingers and thumb, or if you are close to your shins, the idea is to keep your back flat, not to round it and curl it. If you have to bend your knees slightly, that's better. Inhaling, flat back forward. Exhaling, dropping the knees, or dropping the head, kissing the knees. Using your arms almost in box formation. Inhaling, exhaling. We're doing 5 breaths. Inhaling 2. Exhaling. Inhaling 3. Lengthening through your backs of your legs. Exhaling. 4 breaths now. Last exhale. Flat back, gazing forward. Without coming up, taking the hands and placing them under the feet.
The fingertips facing the backs of your feet, toes touching your wrists. Flat back, looking forward, exhaling. Folding forward the crown of your head towards the floor. Inhaling 5 breaths here. Exhaling. Breathing in 2. And if you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's fine. Breathing in 3. Breathing in 4. Breathing in 5. Flat back, looking forward. Releasing the hands, placing them to the hip, and rising up with the flat back. Coming to Samasthiti at the top of your mat. Our next pose, Prasarita Padottanasana, which is wide-legged forward fold. And I'm going to face the camera instead of turn around, but you want to turn and take your right foot out. So I am going to be taking my right foot out. And to begin with, arms are on your hips, back is straight, neck long, feel that spine lengthening up through the top of your head, gaze is forward, leading with your heart, folding forward. Placing your hands flat on the mat, in between your hands. If you have to bend your knees, that's better than straining or hurting yourself. Looking forward with the flat back as you inhale, exhaling, folding forward, crown of the head towards the mat, holding here for 5 breaths. Breathing in for 3. The goal is to straighten your legs. Keeping the crown of your head down towards the floor. Breathing in 4. Breathing in 5. Flat back, looking forward, hands on your hips, coming up slowly. Standing up tall, arms out. And this time placing them back onto your hips. Elbows towards each other, clasping your shoulder blades. Again, leading with your heart center, keeping those shoulder blades squeezed tightly, leading forward with your heart towards the floor, crown of the head, keeping the elbows as tightly together as you can, holding for 5 breaths. Again, the goal is to straighten your legs. So breathing in, 1. Breathing in, 2. Breathing in, 3. Breathing in, 4. Breathing in, 5. Slowly rising up with the flat back, keeping the elbows tightly together in the back. Arms out, back together, this time clasping the hands behind your back. Rolling the shoulder blades back, leading with the heart center, arms are straight, inhaling, exhaling as you fold forward. If you're flexible and feeling it today, you might even feel your arms come up over your head. We're here for 5 breaths, breathing in 2. Your arms and shoulders are engaged as much as your legs are being straightened, breathing in 3. 4. more breath in and out. And again, slowly rising up. Releasing the hands. Exhaling, folding forward one more time. Grabbing the peace fingers with your thumb and forefinger. Flat back, inhaling, exhaling, folding forward. And the crown of the head towards the floor. The legs are straightening here for 5 breaths. Prasarita Pavitasana. Really great for your head. Sit in a desk a lot. This is a fantastic pose. Breathing room 4. One more big breath in. Nourishing exhale. Placing the hands on the hip as you come back up. Stepping to the top of your mat and Namaste to heat. Our next pose. Parsvottanasana. Parsvottanasana. Again, great for the sciatica area. So stepping back with your left foot, twisting around, pivoting so that your heels are in alignment. Your feet are about a little bit more than hip distance apart. If you can put your hand in prayer formation behind your back, that's fantastic. Or you can grab opposite elbows. Shoulders are squared off, facing forward. Breathing in, leading with your heart. Folding forward over your front leg, which is straight. Gazes at your toes. Resting your abdomen on top of your thigh. And then dropping your head. We're here 5 breaths. Squaring those hips. Squaring your shoulders. In for 3. In for 4. You feel a little wobbly. Imagine like a train track versus a tightrope. In for 5. Coming back up. Back straight. Pivoting the feet the other direction. Again, more like a train track, less like a tightrope. Shoulders and hips squared the other way. Leading with your heart center, folding forward over your left thigh. Gazes towards your toes. You're resting your abdomen on top of your thigh if you can get there. If you are a runner and a desk jockey, car driver like me, this might be an amazing feel, even if you don't get far. Breathing in 3. Dropping the head. Breathing in 4. One more breath in. And out. Coming back up. Stepping to the top of the mat. And Namaste to heat. We're going to do our balancing poses. Uttita Hasta Padangusasana, which is extended big toe. This is definitely a difficult pose for my challenged brain, and I have to embrace it and tell myself that it's not so hard, just do it. So I'm going to face you. You are going to stand hip distance apart, gazes forward, placing your left hand on your hip, bringing the right knee up, and if you are comfortable grabbing the big toe and extending forward, I am going to stay in the modified version because, like I said, my balance is my challenge. 5 breaths here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then remaining strong and still, and if you're solid rock, that's fantastic. Taking the right knee out just a little, gazing to the left if you are able, or even turning your head. If it's a lot for you, it's okay if you're just opening your hip here And if you come out of it, just come back in. We're here for 5 breaths. So here again, breathing 2. Using your abdomen and your legs. Breathing 3, 4, 5. Coming back, giving a little squeeze. If you are able to stay in the pose, please do so. Taking the the right foot, pointed toe, now straight leg, gazing at the toe, holding 5 breaths. Make sure that left leg is strong and tall, and when you feel wobbly, tuck in your tummy. 3, 4, and 5. Thank you for being with me. Okay, sometimes your other side is just easier. So right leg tall and strong. Right hand on the right hip, left knee up, holding it here, 5 breaths. And when you are able, opening to the side, taking your gaze a little to the right, and even turning your head if you are able. 5 breaths. Coming back in. Giving a little squeeze. There we go. Again, staying strong on your right leg. Pointing the toe forward, gazing at the toe, holding 5 breaths, as high as you can. 3, 4, 5. Coming back in. This is how we do to heat at the top of your mat. We are going to move right into seated poses, but we have to get there by being strong warriors. So we are going to vinyasa. Palms up, breathing in, exhaling, folding forward, taking the chin, inhaling flat back, exhaling, stepping to chaturanga, lowering down, inhaling up, exhaling down dog. Only for a moment, pivoting and planting the left foot, bringing the right foot forward into Virabhadrasana A, warrior 1. Arms up, holding here 5 breaths. Lunging into that front knee, feeling the strength of the back leg the other direction. Long and straight, breathing in 3. Your body is facing forward. Gaze is up. 1 more breath in. Opening to Virabhadrasana B, warrior 2. Arms are open to either end of your mat. Gaze is toward your front fingertips, lunging into the right knee. Again, feeling the contrast of the back leg strong and straight behind you. Body is straight, spine is up. 5 breaths. 3, 4, 5. I think I just did this a little bit out of order, but that's okay. So we're going to straighten our front leg, turn the feet the other direction. Virabhadrasana towards the back of the mat. 5 breaths. Lunging into that left leg, opening it up, opening through the hips. Fingertips stretching towards opposite ends of the mat. Breathing 3. Breathing 4. 1 more breath. Now that I've done it backwards, how am I going to just... Okay. We are going to vinyasa down. Stepping back to chaturanga, lowering down to plank. If you need to go to your knees, that's fine. Inhaling up dog, exhaling down dog. Just for a moment, pivoting and planting the right foot, bringing the left forward. Coming up to Yogaeverydamnday A once again, because what we were supposed to do earlier was simply keep our gaze up, turn our feet the opposite way, and open to Yogaeverydamnday B. Windmill back down, vinyasa please. Stepping back to chaturanga, lowering down from the plank through chaturanga, inhaling up dog, exhaling down dog, stepping through to a seated position. And I'm gonna check our time real quick. Thank you. We're going to do two seated poses and we'll move right into posing. We'll start with the Dandasana stick pose. Legs straight out in front of you, palms planted on either side of your hips. Chin tucked, back is straight, spine is straight. Legs engaged, flexed. We're holding here 5 breaths. One more breath in and out. We're going to move through a vinyasa now. Stepping back to plank. Lowering down chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Stepping back through to seated. Paschimottanasana. Series of balances and counterbalances. So tuck chin. Now again with legs engaged. If you are able to grab the big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs, please do so. Back is flat and straight. And the dristi are your toes. Inhale, exhale, sinking forward. Dropping the head. 5 breaths. One more breath in. And then vinyasa. Plank. Lowering down chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Stepping back through to seated position. And we will move right into our closing positions. So we're going to lower down for 3 bridge poses. Bringing your knees bent, heels to the backs of your hips. If your fingertips can touch your heels, that's great. Lifting up, pushing with your legs. If you can roll your shoulders underneath your body and clasp your fingers, and you push up higher with your knees. We're holding here 5 breaths, and your dristi is your navel. High sweep. Can you lay down, please? Breathing in for 4. And 5. Lowering down. Slowly 1 vertebra at a time. Taking a quick breath, and then we're going to be going right back up for our second bridge pose. Again, interlacing the fingertips if you're able, pushing through the heels of your feet, feeling your hips rise, breathing for 3. Breathing for 4. And breathing for 5. Lowering down. 1 more time, lifting up, pushing through the heels, hips high. Make this your strongest pose yet. Breathing for 1, pushing higher, breathing 2, breathing 3, make it count. Breathing 4. Sweetie, can you lay down? And 5, and lowering down again, 1 vertebra at a time. Hugging your knees, and quickly rolling up to a seated position. Vinyasa. Stepping back to plank. Lowering down. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Coming back through to seated position. Paschimottanasana one more time. Legs straight up. Folding forward. You can take the backs of your feet this time. That's great. 5 breaths. 1. Spine is straight. Your heart to your thighs. Chin to your knees. 3. 4. 5. And we're going to move, for the sake of time, into Urdhva Padmasana. Urdhva Padmasana, lotus pose. I'm going to face you. If you're able to bring your right foot up into your hip crease, if you can bring your left up as well, that would be full lotus. You can do half lotus. You can sit just crisscross applesauce. Sitting nice and tall, arms straight, thumb and middle finger together, tucking the chin, holding 5 breaths. Breathing one more time in. Then we will be going from Urdhva Padmasana, lotus pose, into Tvarsana. So we're placing the palms of our hands next to our sit bones, and the intention is to lift. If you can get your body off the ground, that's great. If you can't, just feel like you can and look forward. We're holding 5 breaths. 1, this is our final pose. 2, breathing 3, breathing 4, lift, 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 1 more breath, and exhaling. We'll take a vinyasa to come to standing, step back to plank, and go lower to my knees, exhaling. Inhaling, up dog. What are you doing? Inhaling, down dog. You've never done that before. Is it because you're on camera? Stepping up. And I would like to close with the closing mantra. So again, we'll start with an Om. Hands at prayer, heart center, fingertips together, close your eyes. Take a moment to thank yourself for being here. Swasti prajabhya pariyantam nayina magena mahim mahisha go brahmanavyeha subastu matu nityam loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. May prosperity be celebrated. May rulers lead with law and justice. May knowledge be protected. May all beings be happy and free. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. One last vinyasa to your mat for rest. Palms up, inhale. Step back to plank. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Stepping through to seated. Stretching your legs out in front of you. Making sure you have room behind you. You're going to lower down for rest. I'm going to guide you into Savasana. I want you to scan your entire body, beginning with your right leg. Lift it slightly off the ground and tense your toes down through your ankles, through your shin, your calves, your knees, your thighs, all the way up to your hips and buttocks. Tight, 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 tight. And then slowly release the tension, starting with your hips and buttocks down to your thighs, your knees, your shin, your calves, your ankles, the tops of your feet and your toes, and then lowering your right leg into the ground. Switching to our left, slightly about an inch off the ground, tightening and pointing those toes hard and straight, feeling the tension in the tops of your feet, your calves, your ankles, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your buttocks, tight, 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 and then releasing all the way down from the hips, the buttocks, the thighs, to the knees, the calves, the ankles, the tops of your feet and into your toes, dropping. Feel your abdomen nice and tight and pull it in to the back of your spine, feeling the lower back touch the mat, holding it tight, 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 and then slowly release it. Relax. Lift your right arm slightly off the ground and point your fingertips and feel the tops of your hands and the muscles in your wrist and your arms all the way up to your shoulder, radiate and tight, and then release it all the way down your arm and drop your arm. Left arm slowly up off the ground, tightening from the fingertips through the tops of your hands, your wrists, your forearms up to your shoulders, all the way even up into your neck, and then slowly release it back all the way down to your fingertips, dropping. Lift your head slightly off the ground, tilt to your right, turn to your left. Turn one more time to the right, and one more time slowly to the left. Drop your head and feel the neck release. Squeeze the muscles in your face tight. Feel your chin, your forehead, your nose all scrunch up, and then blow air into your mouth. Release it. Feel all the muscles in your face. You relax your jaw, your forearm, your forehead, eyebrows, nose. Begin to slowly release your breath. Close your eyes. Sound leaves our ears. You need to wiggle your toes. Rotate your ankles a little bit. Point your toes. Flex them. Reach your arms up overhead and stretch. Take a big breath in. Maybe bring your knees up to your chest and give yourself a hug. Rock gently from side to side. Massage the back, your lower back, your hips, and back, spine. When you're ready, roll to one side, your right side, into a fetal position. Take a moment for a deep, quiet breath before you come back to a seated position, joining me here on the mat. In a cross-legged position, half lotus, whatever you feel most comfortable. Eyes closed, hands prayer center. Thank you for joining me today in my rough draft. I appreciate your time and hope to see you again in the future when we
continue to practice more and more. Namaste.